lastly,
Yeah, you moving like Danny today.
I know.
No, I love it. I love
it. I mean,
we can't
Kagurabashi was long. That was its own thing. That was your fault.
You were interviewing her,
exactly. So, okay.
Well, like we had to talk about it.
Okay, super excited. This will be super short. I started a new manga, Ichi The Witch.
Oh, I heard about. Yes. Wait, yeah, I was talking about it last time.
Yes.
Oh, okay. How many chapters?
Now I gotta watch.
I'm caught up. I'm all caught up.
How many chapters is it?
It's only 16, like 17.
Slight work, bro.
It's
Okay,
super.
So you're seeing him fight that magic now, right?
Yeah.
I'll let y'all cook.
Yo, Ichi's built different.
I fuck with him heavy. Okay.
Those boots, though?
Okay, hold up. Okay, so for those of you guys who don't know, this new manga that just came out is called Ichi the Witch. Danny mentioned it before. So just like as a little recap, we're getting our first like super main character, dark skinned girl that's like in it, that's super in it. So I'm super happy to have
Discaris, right?
Yeah.
Yo, I love her. Dude, every time she's in a page, I just love the way she holds herself.
It's so
Your
good.
uber badass #1 witch, Discaris.
Oh my god, I love her.
Dude,
She's
the cosplays are gonna be so. You have to
get
started now.
I will. Absolutely.
You have to.
I saw it. I was like, oh, I'm gonna cook with this bitch. I'm excited. So it's nice to also have something that's like dramatic, but also has like the funny chibi like ness that JJK brought back, of like the silly moments in between. I feel like a lot of the anime and manga these days don't like go back to the silliness as much anymore, which is understandable. Everybody wants to fight hands and stuff, but this is a cool one that's like we fight in hands and we silly, but
it's cute.
Also it's like, wow, look at this beautiful range of characters that I know it's gonna bring a good amount of people, like cosplayers, all that kinds of stuff. This is great. I was like hopping on a plane and I was waiting, so I was like, let me read this in the meantime, and I read the whole thing.
I think the fashion, like the author does a really good job with the fashion in the series. Again, like those magic boots that like he puts on. And
fire.
Like, when he's just like jumping around in the city, like it looks really good.
Yes.
I love the series. So I'm so happy
Yes.
that you're going to be reading this now.
Oh, also, I forgot to say, it is a manga that's like, guys don't become witches, and this one accidentally does. Because it's mostly women that become witches in the series.
Only women.
Yeah, only women. That's witches in the series. So
he's like the boy who lived, except lived as a boy witch.
Yeah. So it's him discovering both the world of magic and just living with society, because he was basically Inosuke.
Yeah.
As a hunter. So bringing a hunter's perspective into fighting witches and magics, you said there were?
Yeah,
the demons, basically?
Yeah, they're called magics.
Yeah. So very cool. I like it. And last but not least, Ranma 1/2.
Oh,
I was gonna start that. It's like a little comedy. It's like a little jokey joke. It's like Urusei Yatsura. It's like an old school. It's like a remake thing. It's on my list.
Yeah, it's a remake. I never heard of it before, but I've been seeing it sit on Netflix for like a couple months now. I finally sat down and watched it. I said, oh, now this is fire.
Is it?
Actually, like it's like so reminiscent of the 90s style of things.
Yeah.
But in the I watched the remake first, since I never heard of this, right?
Yeah.
I was like, let me see how this is. I liked it so much, I went back and I'm watching the 90s one.
And you're probably getting that 90s charm. And it's probably hitting. It's probably hitting.
But I like that the original, like the remake, they cut out all the fluff, all the fast recaps, all the things that you don't really need. So it's just straight plot, and I appreciate that.
What is it about? I don't even know.
So Ranma 1/2 is this guy who is a martial artist, and they go to a dojo, and there's this girl and her family, and they own a dojo, and the two dads are like, hey, my best bud is coming over, and you guys are gonna, one of my 3 daughters, one of y'all are gonna marry his son so that we can keep the dojo together and in the family.
Makes sense to me.
And they were like, oh, this is great. But of course, like the youngest daughter doesn't want to do that, all this stuff. Big problem is that when they went to China to train, the guy accidentally fell into a pool, and now he accidentally turns into a girl every time he gets splashed with cold water. And the dad turns into a panda whenever he gets cold water. So to turn back into their regular selves, they get hot water on them. So it's like shenanigans,
Okay.
pure shenanigans.
How hot? I'd be like, ah.
Yeah.
It's hilarious because like then the girls find out and everything. The family finds out, and it's like, okay, both Akane, who's the main girl, and Ranma, who's the guy, they have to deal with the shenanigans of like, I don't actually like you, you're a tomboy, like, oh well, you're a pervert, like all that kinds of stuff. Super funny, but us at the same time, like, guys are hitting on the girl version of Ranma. He has to deal with that. And like he sees Akane and like her tomboyness, but it's like, oh, is she actually cute? Like, I don't know. Oh, and then like these other guys are going after Akane. Do I care about that? And just different things like that, So it's shenanigans.
So it's like a comedy series.
It is. It's
All right.
it's an old school comedy series, and I think you will genuinely enjoy it. I haven't had something like this, like jokey joke fun, in a long time.
Yeah.
So
That's nice.
right back.
They remade it for a reason.
It's good to have those type of series. Like, I mean, just like I just found out you be watching Gintama. I was like, oh, I didn't know you'd be watching Gintama, and I feel like that gives you that.
Here we go.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry. Long one.
Kimmy pulled a Danny. Wow, give it.
I love it.
And that's the end that's the end of this episode of the Moon Piece
See you
podcast.
next
Kimmy
time.
said enough for all of us,
I'm
and that
sorry.
is it.